Hello everybody, welcome to this contemplative Sunday afternoon drive that is beginning with an elephant's bottom and a bit of a side view, which is nice. We started, or attempted to start, with a zebra's bottom, but the zebra ran away. And so now we are starting with an elephant's bottom. The elephant is not running away, he is certainly walking away, however. My name is Jamez Hendrai. That's my winning smile. Olaf is on camera. There we go. He would normally wear a thumb or a helmet on his thumb with two horns coming out of it, what with his Viking ancestry and all. Our plan is to head down towards Chitwa, which is the reserve to the south of us, and see if we can find something there. Now, many of you will know exactly what bird that is, but I'm just going to go through the process quickly for those who don't. Same way as we did with the brown snake eagle yesterday. So, we have a brown eagle. It is summertime. Tricky. Which one is it? Could it be a Wahlberg's eagle, a tawny eagle, a lesser spotted eagle, a steppe eagle, or even a brown snake eagle? How would you tell? Well, in this particular case, it's not an enormous eagle, and at that very angle that you can see it there now, there is a giveaway little spike coming out of the back of this eagle's head. And that tells us immediately that it is a Wahlberg's eagle. So I know we've seen 7,000 million of these things during the course of the summertime, but it's always good to remind ourselves how to identify them. If it was a tawny eagle at this angle, you'd see that the shoulders were much darker than the rest of the bird. It probably also wouldn't be quite as dark of body. A lesser spotted would have a much thinner head. A steppe eagle would be much larger and more sort of sharply shaped towards the bottom, if you know what I mean. A bit like a Johnny Bravo of birds. And a brown snake eagle would have a fat head. And that's how we know this is a Wahlberg's eagle.
Live is joining us. We have the bachelor zebra, which is slowly disappearing, heading a little bit north. This species, of course, the bachelors, they are living in plains. They live very open spaces in order to see better. And if we really look at the all species that lives out in nature, zebra is one of the species on their eyelids. They have so-called road cell. Then they can able to see even in a dark shape the movement about 100 meters away. If a predators come at night without really using the object that they are here hunting a zebra, if you want to cross the plain, they can able to associate the body posture of impala and the lion and able to flee in the right direction. Look at that. That is very common. The reason why they do that, because all the time these guys, they have parasite that likes to really parasite into the body, similar with ticks that they might have. So while shuffling the feet and also the feathers, all the sand that comes because of the feet shuffling on the ground goes through the feathers and get rid of the parasite itself. This is amazing. It looks like they're dancing. We tend to see quite a lot of species of birds doing this. It could be francolin. As I was speaking about francolin, behind us is a Rexon francolin that's really doing the same thing. Oh, lovely. Here that the crested francolin, they're also coming. Look like this is a hub where normally they likes to dust bath or collect late hours of a day, maybe insect. We are looking at the puddle of water where the female frog have lay eggs inside water. There is a formless frog, and or the metamorphosis stage or hatching of the eggs takes place, and you can see there's life in this water. Some of these tadpoles, they've developed into the adult stage of a frog or complete metamorphosis stage. They're going to leave the water. Some of them, they're going to go into hiding areas. It could be trees, it could be tall grasses. Some of them, they're still developing into a full adult. It's such amazing to see them. We check here, lots of them, they died out of the way. It could happen that they get, when they leave out, some of them, they're able to caught by other species of birds and all that, but most of them, it's in their nature. All of them, they're not going to survive. Some of them, they're going to make it. Some of them, they're going to die. Of course, it could be a lot more that can be involved. It could be disease, it could be anything that I cannot tell at this stage. But you can see most of these frogs that are completed into full stage, they're jumping up and they are leaving. They're going straight to the grass and they're going to live until they become adulthood. We have this formless frog, as you can see. When the frog mate, they wrap the behind legs and able to create that form where the male will be sitting on top of the female laying eggs, and the male will be only fertilizing the eggs but putting the sperm on top of it. After that few days is going to be hatched, and most of them, they're going to fall inside the water. Once it hatch inside, that foam nest becomes a little bit heavier.
But you can see him ripping it all out. Oh, and very palatable. So that's the whole idea of these thorn trees, having those big thorns, is for protection, of course, against all the browsers and herbivores that do come into the area. But of course, for the elephant, he doesn't really mind too much on grabbing as many leaves as possible from that shrub. And of course, very leathery trunks at the bottom. It's almost like calluses that's sitting at the bottom of the trunk, and of course very thick. So of course those thorns do not do any damage to the elephant. Not the oldest, I'll say about a good 35, say 35-year-old, 40-year-old male. Just like the size of this male. Nice round head, not too deep indentations on the forehead. So he's not the oldest of boys. Interesting to see this young male kudu by itself. Many times if you find kudus, they would usually tend to be, at that age, tend to be in like small bachelor herds. But this one is all by itself. So maybe the rest might be around here somewhere. I'll just keep my eyes peeled for that. But it's a beautiful antelope. I absolutely love them. I love those spiraled horns. But as I say, he's not the biggest. Oh, look at that big baboon on the left. Yeah, I'll chuck my baboon. Eating all the little seeds and the little berries coming off the little grasses and little bushes there. He is absolutely loving it. Look at that. Sitting on top of Mom's back. I love it when these little baboons are using Mom like a transport system. Thank you, Mom. There you go. Going in that direction. Which way are you going? Oh, hopefully it comes out from behind there. Riding. Oh, you can see there. Sorry, I'll just... I love it when they do that. It's quite special how the youngster just stays with Mom and catches a ride. With, of course, a big male in the foreground here. Big boy. You can just see the way he walks, much larger compared to a female. Of course, and these baboons all controlled by a big male, by an alpha male. Look at this, we've got this beautiful young male now sitting on the road and posing for us like a beautiful like specimen of a young male lion. So yes, as I said, he is around about 2.5 years old, 2.5 to 3 years old, just like his sister, or apparently it's his half sister, not his direct sister, the other female that we did have in view. So yeah, But it is beautiful. Just look at that little mane coming through on his chest, a little mohawk as well, and of course all that beautiful mane that's coming down from the side as well. Absolutely a beautiful boy, eh? You are pretty, yes, and you know it, huh? And I think she's just waiting for her opportunity. Clever girl is of course honing in her hunting skills. You see there's a squirrel there in the sea. Oh, there they go. I think she's chasing them, but oh, there she's still. That was so cute. Oh, I'm glad the squirrels see a little tail flicking there now. I think she's realized that she's lost on that one.
I'm always quite insulted that the barn swallow doesn't breed here, but chooses rather to breed in Europe. I find that very rude. So you won't find them massing like this at any other time of year, or very seldom would you find them massing like this at any other time of year. It is just before they disappear. Very nostalgic when the birds leave, don't you think? I can still hear a Cedric's cuckoo in the background. This is late to be hearing a Cedric's cuckoo. It's Steve with a cat. Well done, Steve. Enjoy your... I think that must be the ones that Steve is with. Okay, so we'll carry on. But here's the rest of the pride. I think it's the same pride. Must be. There. That fence is the Sabi Sand northern entrance. And it's the Talamati breakaways. They've come back this way, as I suspect Steve suspected they would. And so he came this way. And he's sitting with the other cat behind us. Well, that's a nice way to finish up. Very nice way to finish up, actually. Those are the youngsters of the Talamati breakaway pride. If you're wondering why they're called the breakaway pride, there is another section of the Talamati pride. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for the Sunset Safari. Thank you very much for joining us. Shall I do this? I'll have to finish off the drive. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for your questions and your comments. Like I say, we will be back tomorrow at 05:30 as the dawn slowly begins to break over South Africa. Have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon wherever you happen to be in the world.